And hello, movie lovers, and welcome to the show. With me today, I have my good friend Charlie with me. I have Clinton Robinson back again, and Nick Krafkus once again on my show, and Landasia is on my show as well. So hello to everybody.
Hello.
And tonight we are doing our Loki Season 1, Episode 5 spoiler review. And to be honest with you, I definitely like the opener for this episode, to be honest with you. Oh, and before we actually get into the episode, Tamika actually has a little bit of a PR announcement that she needs to talk about with her podcast.
Yeah, it's Tamika.
Oh my lord! What the world?
We have a podcast, Two Blurred Girls podcast, and we do Loki Fridays. And most of our shows are on Fridays. So be sure to tune in.
Where?
Oh, that's a good question.
Where? What are your
live
platforms?
on Facebook, live on Twitch, live on StreamYard. Listen to us on Anchor, Google, everywhere a podcast is streaming, even Apple.
And what's the name of your show?
I said Two Blurred Girls.
There you go.
Two Blurred Girls
Good.
podcast.
Marketing 101.
Marketing 101. And now I hand you back over to this girl.
Oh my lord.
Okay,
Oh my
so
God.
all right, so like I was saying, I definitely like the opener for this episode. To be honest with you, we continued right off where we left off at with Loki waking up. Well, where all these other Lokis are at. We got Crocodile Loki, we have Little Kid Loki, we have Old Man Loki, and everything. So I definitely liked how they actually opened it back up again. And then we wind up finding out, hey, look, you cannot stay out in the open or otherwise you will die. So therefore, they wind up going down this little sewer thing where all the other Lokis hide out at. And then you also see Frog Thor trying to get the hammer, which I thought was pretty entertaining.
Later in the episode. Yeah.
Yeah. Because they actually mentioned that in Thor the Dark World, where he winded up becoming a frog to test his faith with the hammer and everything too. So I thought that was really neat how they played into that. So what did you guys think of the opening scene? What did you think of this episode?
The episode as a whole was really good. I think the series has stayed strong for all 5 episodes narratively wise. Which I think that was like a blessing for them only getting 6 episodes instead of like 8 or 10 because they've been able to keep strong. But yeah, I think it was actually really good. It definitely showed us a lot of different types of Lokis and like what it really needs to be a variant. And it also showed us a lot more about like what the timekeepers have been doing. But yeah, the opening was great. It was literally just running from one episode to another if you stayed for the post-credit scene from the last episode. If you didn't, you might have been a little confused. But it definitely picked up just in case you didn't, like you ended up learning anyways.
I love the part with the we're the gods of gods of misfits.
Yeah.
It really, I think, opened up a new window to him that he didn't recognize before.
Yeah, and then the whole thing that like Loki's always survive. That's what we do. Like, I really like that, explaining why the Lokis were the only ones that were there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not a good issue.
I know. That's not good at all.
No.
That's the exact opposite of what people want.
No.
That's what I got.
It's an error message. Sorry, but we got
Yeah.
technical difficulties. We'll figure this out.
You'll have that. Huh.
We have some small difficulties here, but I feel like with this episode though, for what we have, I really have to say I didn't really care for the 3rd episode as much, but the 4th episode I can actually appreciate the 3rd one for what it is. We explained that on the last episode that we talked about. With this one, I really felt like it was the pacing and everything was really good for this one. I like the Lokis of Misfits and everything though too. I thought that was really good as well, because we actually got something that's different, that's very well played into this universe that I didn't think that we would actually get. I definitely liked how they come down to the hiding spot, and of course you don't know what's going to wind up happening when all these Lokis clash or anything like that. And then next thing you know, you have these Lokis that are basically just doing their magic, trying to misconceive each other, trying to do anything and everything that a Loki does.
That scene was epic.
Yeah. This
I
is
love
the
the-
most lookiness. Yeah.
The alligator biting the evil Loki's hand off. That was hilarious. I actually laughed. And knowing that Tom Hiddleston is the like executive producer of it, I feel like he almost wanted that scene to happen because he was having too much fun. You know what I mean? Like
That scene needed to happen.
it needed to. Like that
Alligator
evil
loved
Loki
it.
just
Yeah.
screaming hysterically. Like I
Mhm.
loved it. And then, you know, just seeing all these different variants like going at it, and then seeing old Loki like do it, like he really showed how powerful Loki could be if he used his magic more. Like that character specifically. And I
Yeah.
love the fact that he had the classic comic book Loki costume on. Like that myself was hilarious.
I do definitely agree with you on that though too. I like the leader, to be honest with you. Here's the thing, I always thought of that as like a vote for Loki kind of vibe going with him, which gives you the guaranteed thing of him actually being the leader of this whole entire operation and everything in the main threat. I definitely like that idea. And then of course, you know, I definitely like how it goes back over into the other Loki and everything, the female Loki and everything. And I liked how they played in that episode, this part of the episode, because at first I was like, okay, is this person as bad as she says that she is? Is she being told by the main architect and everything? If maybe the main architect is actually telling her what to do, what to say, what to think. But now it's like she don't even know who the architect actually is or who this person actually is. And even you see Miss Minutes going through all the files trying to find the person that built it and everything, so she can warn this person that this person's in danger. I'm like, this just goes to show you how much brainwashing this person's actually in, because of the fact that you don't know who this person is, but it makes you think that this person can trust you, even though you work for the TVA and everything.
That's why you have
too.
to avoid the Sea Org. I mean, the TVA.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff about this episode. I feel like it was one of the stronger ones. Like, it hasn't had a weak episode yet, but it definitely was what I was expecting when they said it was going to be Loki going through different time streams and stuff like that.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Sorry, I was reading the message in there. But, yeah. Sorry, I get distracted when I'm reading.
It's okay, I do too. But yeah, it's definitely a good pacing one. Here's the thing, though, with the fighting and everything, I didn't really care for the fighting that much. I thought it was a little too 90s kind of vibe to it, in a sense.
I thought it was more Batman 60s TV show. I thought I was going to see the pow and the wow. And yeah, it looked like that kind of choreography.
Well, what do you expect when the God of Mischief is the only person fighting? He's not a frontline fighter. None of them are.
He's not a fighter.
No, definitely not a fighter.
Every version of him couldn't fight except the alligator.
Right. But I do feel like this episode held its own, though. I really do like the chemistry between all the other Lokis and stuff like that. And then, you know what? My favorite part of what Tom Hiddleston does is, and everything, he goes, there's an alligator Loki. What's up with that? He goes, I don't even like this version of me. And, you know, how many fans actually look at the alligator Loki and be like, I don't even like that version of Loki. This is weird.
I love it.
Well, I do too, but for other people though, maybe that might take him out of the element. And Tom Hiddleston actually captures that moment as Loki, as that character, going, what the heck is going on with this and everything? I don't like this version of me. I don't want to be represented as
it showed the whole ridiculousness of the whole, you know, the whole hangout, because alligator Loki is sitting in a Walmart pool looking at him, and Loki is looking at him like, what? Like, I don't went into Bizarro world. I mean, it's an alligator version of me, you know.
I love that about that too. It doesn't take itself too seriously.
No, I love it. It was funny.
It's almost like it's mocking the comic books that it came from. Because if you look in the background, you can see like the Thanos copter, which is something from like the 60s comics, or, you know, just if you pay attention to all the different Lokis, it's literally artwork for each different type of Loki that's been in the comics since he was formed. Like we even had Kid Loki because he was a kid at some point, you know what I mean? I loved it. And as a comic book nerd and as somebody who loves just films because filmmaking, it's definitely one of my top episodes just because of that. And like, you know, I'm a big Owen Wilson fan too, so the fact that he had a big part in this whole series has really helped. I'm just depressed that we're never going to hear him say "wow."
Yeah,
I don't know. We may hear that before the end of
the show. The showrunner announced. Yep.
Yeah.
Showrunner announced.
She's that. There's no wow in this. I love this episode. I mean, it was like compared to the last two, I wasn't a fan. Obviously, never a fan of the third one. I didn't really care for it. I think it was just a filler, but it just didn't do anything for me, and I didn't really care for the visuals. It just looked like I've said before. Barney went to the bathroom on the screen, and they just kept it as that. The fourth episode was slightly better. I don't know. I just was a downer. This one was much improved. I liked how they opened it. Like with all the other Lokis, and then that, and then but I was gonna say I hate Renslayer. I hate her, and I really want Owen Wilson to be the one that prunes her in that last episode, sends her to that world right when Alioth eats her, and she just obliterates. Like, I mean, that'd be like, because I want to see, because I felt like I was like glad Owen Wilson was back because he didn't die. I was really happy on that because it's just the way he went out. I was like, come on. He was like the best part of the show, but to seeing the other different types of Lokis, like boastful Loki. I mean, the MVP of the show is Alligator Loki already.
For sure.
I mean, he bit a Loki's hand, like the other Loki's hand off. I mean, like at that one, I didn't see that coming. And you see pretty clear, like on Disney Plus, you see no hand. And you see like the remnants of the hand. I'm like, wow, they got away with that one. That's kind of funny. But I thought the fight was cheesy. I mean, it just like, and then the real Loki didn't do any fighting. He just escaped as usual because he seems to be the one that basks in the glory of fighting somebody, and he just got away.
But that's Loki.
That's what Loki does.
I think one of the best things that was revealed to us though in this episode was that ultimately variants, when they do their thing and they branch off from the timeline, don't actually cause any damage to the reality.
Yeah, no.
Because they're all there at the end.
Yeah.
So ultimately, you know, the big lie goes even further than what we initially thought.
Exactly. Everything comes to the same exact end no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not even like branches that can cause chaos. It would literally just be leading to the same point. It's like taking a sidewalk that ends at the same place is exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Right.
Which, you know, I love that. And like this will show how much I disagree with the third episode being the worst. Which is cool. It's great to have different opinions, even when they're wrong. But the third episode. But it shows this one definitely comes to culminate that relationship that was being built between our Loki and Sylvie that was being shown in the third episode. Because that's what that episode was a relationship building episode. It was all about Loki finding out that they are the same, but they're completely different.
Anyone else a little weirded out about that relationship?
I mean, it makes sense for Loki, a total narcissist, to fall in love with himself.
It's a
stab him in the back
relationship. Fell in love with himself.
Yeah.
But she was different because she was a variant that got picked up at like the age of 8 or 9. So she didn't have the same upbringing, which is why she's got a completely different personality than every other Loki we see. Because all the other Lokis have pretty much the same personality, except for her. She's different.
But they all have different stories.
But she's braver. I think, well, at the end, I like the way old Loki got redeemed. And he really did find his glorious purpose. So, but before then, I think she's the one with the most courage.
Mm-hmm.
And she's given Tom Hiddleston his courage to try to take on the TVA, because otherwise I don't think Hiddleston would have done it.
No, I don't think so either, to be honest with you, because at first he was just about pleasing self. anything that was self-constructed, he was basically doing for himself, including trying to get away from the TVA.
Mhm.
Then he realized how corrupt the TVA actually is, and it's actually being run by puppets and everything too. So that gives him a reason to try and go after them and become like a kind of like an anti-hero while also loving himself, causing that spark to love himself and everything. Even though some speculation is saying, "Oh, that wasn't the case" or anything like that. I'm still going with that theory of the fact that the reason why that spark was actually caused, it was actually caused by him loving himself. But I also liked it whenever after they all wind up fooling the other Lokis and putting that mirror image over the other Lokis and everything, and they come out
Mhm.
and they come out of that hiding spot, and then you see this little small
Agreed, man.
car come speeding through, and I just thought that was just really
Exactly.
comical.
Exactly, Skull, exactly. But
Mhm.
yeah, I was just wowed by the fact that he was able to build an entire faux Asgard out of magic.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing and very pretty. Visually,
Oh,
very
yeah.
pretty.
and
Mm-hmm.
he was just trolling the monster too. Like every time it got near it, he would just make it disappear, and another one would appear. Like I love the fact that even in a fight, Old Man Loki was still a troll because Loki's a
Mhm.
troll.
Right.
Yeah.
And then look, what did you say, Nick? Sorry.
He just said he died his way.
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah.
definitely did. And another thing though too that I really liked was the fact that Loki actually has to rediscover what his powers actually are,
Mhm.
because he doesn't realize how strong he actually is.
Well, yeah, and
And-
that's because
and that's-
in the
right.
movies he relied on the Tesseract a lot once he
Right.
had it, and his staff once
Right.
he had he relied on his staff a lot.
He did. 99.9% of that film was nothing but the staff.
Exactly.
And getting people to bow down to him with the purses and stuff like that. And he was just in all glory with it. But with
Well,
this
there
one,
really wasn't a reason for him to test the limits of his power, because he was always just doing little stuff, annoying Thor, trying to take over Asgard, and it's not going to work.
I mean, he did take over Asgard for a bit.
Well, yeah, he did,
Yeah.
but
Right.
he turned himself into
Odin.
his dad.
yep.
Yeah.
That's not hard. He can do that all day, every day.
Right.
And he turned-
So,
he was also able to turn himself into Matt Damon too in Ragnarok as
yeah,
the
Captain
Loki actor.
America.
Right.
Which
Yeah.
are back. The actors, I just figured it's Loki. The actors are back for Love and Thunder. Matt Damon's back as Loki. Sam Neill's back as Odin. I think
Oh, they took their play on the road, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
and they did. And they casted Melissa McCarthy's in it along with her husband, and Melissa McCarthy's Hela, which means they're reenacting Ragnarok.
Oh, they took the play
no.
on the road. I love that. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
that for us.
I just figured it's Loki. I might as well mention that. But I thought that sequence was so funny. Ragnarok, Matt Damon as
Right.
Loki.
Yeah.
Which is funny because if you think about it, he played Loki in Dogma, which is a complete like if we want to go down the spiral of cinema, we can.
Makes sense.
But
And he was born again. He was born again.
Oh Lord.
But yeah, I mean,
Is
Yeah.
that a movie I want to watch?
no, it was a
Yes.
he made a joke of himself in the Jane Silent Bob reboot. Matt Damon showed back up as Loki, and he kept making play on words on himself. Like, first I was Loki, then I died, then I was born again, and then he's like just making references to all the movies he was in. It's a funny clip from the Jane Silent Bob reboot, but essentially he was making puns of himself.
Right.
At least we're not
let's
saving
get
him.
back on track.
Yeah.
Um,
but no.
I
With
think
the
Charlie went down the wormhole.
Yeah, I could easily do that. I do
Just
that.
kidding.
a lot.
Speaking of wormholes, though,
I know.
There we go. We're
what do
here.
you guys?
I know. And then we
On
can
the
roll
other
into
side,
a Matt Damon
I have this
wormhole.
crazy theory that it's a Loki that's doing all this stuff. Because why are the timekeepers so viciously adamant about going after Lokis if in fact it's not a Loki that's in charge of them?
Unless the main
It's a crazy
constructor-
theory.
Right. But
Shape there.
my other thing is this though too. I'm still going with the main architect of it. though too, and I'm thinking that maybe this person, whoever left these people in charge, was actually the ones who said, "Hey, look, it's these Loki's fault that things are the way they are. So you need to go on ahead and arrest these Lokis and go." That's what I'm going with, and everything too. But I'm also saying that I think that the main architect is going to be the one that's going to be in the new Ant-Man movie that's going to be coming out soon.
I mean, that
is a giant cosmic lizard.
Yeah,
and the Conqueror.
The actual giant cosmic lizard.
As long as he ain't like the Wizard of Oz, as long as he ain't no little man behind the curtain like the Wizard of Oz.
No.
Well, that's kind of the joke they went with it too, because they even like that smoke was almost like parting a curtain, and then you see the castle's green, so it's almost like they were like making a big reference to Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Exactly.
That's very true on that.
And I can definitely say that it feels like this is definitely just like Scarlet Witch is going to play into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah. Oh,
right.
yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, and then Spider-Man as well.
And
so it could just be
December, so.
Yeah, it could just be leading up to another Mephisto reveal or something like that, because I know that's like everybody's big favorite rumor for the whole what the Phase 5 bad guy's going to be. But
it's Wolverine.
It's Kane, but Kane shapeshifted into Owen Wilson's Mobius.
Oh, you think it might be Kane? That could work because he's a time-traveling villain.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Kang.
Comic books.
The
when y'all said Kane, I was like, the wrestler? Like, who?
Yeah, it's going to be Kane and Undertaker. They're going to choke slam Loki at the end.
And if that happens, I'm going to fall out my chair like, oh my
WrestleMania
God.
2021. Let's go.
But no, Kane's not supposed to show up until Ant-Man, but that's John thinks it's Kane. But if Kane's a shapeshifter, that'd be interesting if it's Owen Wilson's Mobius is Kane.
But that's
and he's just trying to help destroy the TVA. Could be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Find out next
week out there.
Who's a villain we haven't vanquished yet?
What'd you say?
Who's a villain that we haven't seen completely vanquished yet from past Marvel stuff?
The guy from Doctor Strange. We haven't seen the guy who like said no more wizards. No more sorcerers.
Oh yeah,
could be him.
That's a Wells character from that. He's supposed to appear in Doctor Strange
too, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's pretty much the only one because they've been pretty efficient about killing people.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be a Spider-Man villain because they're not that powerful. Yeah, so that's pretty much the only one you have. Mordo. Yeah. Unless you know is Dormammu, but that's not really his modus operandi.
Or it's not Mephisto, Jake Gyllenhaal's character, because he didn't technically.
Mysterio, yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
but he doesn't have any real powers.
No. With fake powers.
He has like
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Disney making a really bold statement.
He is a lizard person, so that checks out.
Jeff Bezos is going on a rocket, so
exactly
he may make it to.
Yeah, he's racing Elon Musk
first, though. I'm betting on Richard Branson. So
I don't know. I mean, Bezos in space will have TVA Prime.
TVA Prime.
Oh God!
Amazon takes over the TVA. Way more efficient and way more ruthless.
I know, and we'll deliver it in one day
with only like 2 or 3 good original content.
Hey, tomorrow was solid.
Hey, yeah, we see that he's interested in stuff that has to deal with time travel too. Yeah, we got that confirmed, and comic books because of Invincible. It could be him.
Did you guys all watch that, by the way?
Which one?
I have to watch tomorrow.
I literally watched it on Monday.
Yeah, we watched
it was actually really good.
Solid movie.
I was impressed.
White Spike's terrifying.
Yes. Which, you know, there's a whole possibility for a sequel with how that ended.
Man.
What, the
Tomorrow
War?
Tomorrow World.
Yeah, I watched it. It was a whole lot better than I expected.
Yeah.
And
a whole lot better than it deserved to be.
Don't give me any spoilers. I hadn't seen it yet.
It's really good.
So
It
in
looks
case
like
anybody
the
was
chat.
wondering,
It looks like the chat's thinking is going to be Kane the Conqueror as well. Okay.
or it could be Scroll because there was
A scroll. Yeah, but they're not really into magic.
No, I'm still thinking King.
Kane could be it, or Mephisto, one of the two.
Because
Mephisto would be a fun one, but it could be Kane. It's set up for that too. It could be either or. It's going to be somebody completely obscure. We're not going to guess though. So they've been doing that to us lately.
I mean,
they got a lot of material to go through.
Oh yeah, only 80 years.
Yeah, only 80 years of comic books, so they can pull out somebody from the 1920s.
Yeah, you know. I mean, they did that with one.
Anybody's wondering in the chat, how does Sylvie get on that world? Okay, well, just to move with the details of the plot. Sylvie's still trapped, is back in the TVA, and Renslayer, who I just want her killed. Honestly, she's annoying.
Really
I want her done. She's trying to work with Sylvie's Sylvie's trying to find out what the heck is going on. Who's the leader? She's like, oh, I want to help you find the leader. And I'm like, that's bull crap. I knew it on. And then it's nice seeing Miss Minutes back. That's what the last
that
two
was fun.
Oh yeah, I love
Miss Minutes, and you kind of knew when Miss Minutes was dwindling. You kind of knew that Renslayer was going to betray her. But I thought that was so smart that she took her teleporter and then pruned herself.
Yeah.
I thought that was so smart. And there was
herself,
and then Renslayer, who thinks she knows it all, is kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Well, I guess she's dead. No, she stole your teleporter because she kind of knew somebody that. So Sylvie ended up.
They're going to prune her, right? I mean, this the last episode. They're going to prune her and make her go on that planet.
We lost John.
Yeah.
That scene though, I did have an issue with because there was a moment, if she's holding the teleporter and it comes with her and she prunes herself, that means she's also holding the prune stick. It should come with her.
Yeah.
That's what I know. Yeah,
maybe there's some sort of thing the prune, some sort of and this is just a cop out, the pruner can't prune itself type of deal.
Because she never dropped.
Oh, look at. That makes sense. Thank you, Skull.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting. That is whoa. Okay, that makes sense. I think John's on to something with it being Kane.
Mobius and Kane.
That would make sense because that would make sense because they're so close.
Yeah. Also, he was confident he could beat our Loki in one-on-one combat in episode 2, and we never saw why in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, and if I remember right, Kane the Conqueror is from the year 3000 or something like that. Mm-hmm. So he knows all of the Avengers and their villains' fighting techniques and everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no jet skis.
No. But that was just the theory I forgot.
Or Morbius could just be a variant of Kane the Conqueror. Because they said that people in the TVA are all variants. So he could be a variant of Kane the Conqueror.
That was just the theory I threw out. If Mobius is really just a version, Mobius is Kane, because Kane's a shapeshifter in a sense, that would be because we don't expect him. We think Owen Wilson's just a nice guy, and I just figured that'd be I just threw that out there. But if because the two of them keep hitting it off, and the reason she pruned him, I think it was for a reason. She I don't know. We're just speculating, but that would be so I would be shocked, but now I wouldn't since I came up with the theory that Mobius is Kane. But I
definitely feel it being Kane in that castle.
As a quick Google search tells me, Jonathan Majors is reportedly cast as Kane the Conqueror.
Oh. Okay.
So maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. So
I'm feeling it.
Anyway, like you said, it was really great scene, and just Owen Wilson being the one to save Sylvie in a pizza truck. I
love that.
It's a car.
That was a station wagon.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was a car. That was amazing.
I mean, seeing him show up, like, hey, get in. I was like, oh yeah, Mobius is alive. He's like my favorite part of the show.
I
And I'm like,
know.
yeah.
And then
That's
just
what
him,
I see.
it's not the best idea not to get in a car with a stranger.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then I love,
Cloud is chasing you.
yeah,
Yeah.
I love when he was sitting at the campfire with the variant Lokis and just questioning if alligator Loki is actually a Loki, and then being like, "Well, that would actually be a Loki thing to do to make me second guess you being a
Yeah.
Loki."
Yeah.
And I was thinking, yeah, you're correct. Yep.
That's an interesting question. I don't know what
But
Miss
you
Minutes
know
is
what
hiding.
Miss
She
Minutes
definitely-
is hiding. Oh, I think Miss Minutes knows everything.
Well, she definitely knows everything, so she's probably hiding like what everything is
yeah.
going on.
Mhm.
She's an
think she-
AI. She knows all
Yeah.
of that. She's programmed to know all of it.
Yeah,
What if the
she's
head of the
programmed.
TVA is like neurolinked with Miss Minutes,
Huh.
and they're like sharing the information that's being hidden?
Huh.
How she picked up that cue so easily?
Probably, but I think she's more important than just being a cartoon.
Mhm.
Well, she's the
Yeah.
AI, so she's like the whole operating system for all
Yeah.
of the TVA.
Yeah.
So it would make sense that she knows everything, but even then, you can put blocks into an AI to prevent them from revealing information that they don't need to, or even
Mhm.
preventing her from knowing everything.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
they still rise in the end.
I think they programmed her
They
not
always
to
rise.
release certain secrets, not to release that under any circumstances.
Yeah. So she probably just literally can't tell them, and that's why she's nervous, because she literally can't say what it is.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That would just be an easy way out.
Yeah. She's definitely hiding something. But we got one more episode to find out. So, but yeah, that's interesting. And that's kind of funny. That'd be he is technically a Loki Uber driver. Except he doesn't get paid
I
for it.
know.
Yeah, he is literally just Loki's Uber driver at this point.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty funny, but we mentioned this earlier about when the Lokis are going into the base. You see Thor in the chamber from kind of like the throwback to Avengers 1, him stuck in the chamber near his hammer. I thought that was nice little Easter egg.
Yeah.
Frog Thor, yeah.
Yeah.
Thor, Frog of Thunder is what he calls himself.
Frog up.
Yep. Right next to Mjolnir. Yep.
I also like the story about like the other Lokis telling me like how every single one of them lost to Thanos in a sense.
Yeah, that
thought
was
that
so
was-
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, Loki wasn't like that's his purpose. His destiny is to lose to Thanos. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
no
but it
matter
was
what.
sad. It was sad when old man Loki.
His
just-
was depressing.
I know. I'm like, oh man, you brought the vibe down. I'm like, wow.
Like the
Like,
other ones, like
bad.
one of them was just like, yeah, I beat Iron Man and Captain America and
Yeah.
got the Infinity Stones. And it's just like, this is super successful Loki over here. Kid Loki killed Thor.
Yeah.
And then old man Loki's like, I ran away and hid on a planet in isolation for like ever. And the
Oh,
second
and
I
then-
decided,
Loki killed Thor.
what?
Yeah, the kid. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
Kid
was-
Loki killed Thor.
Yeah,
that was his
Wow.
variant.
Mhm.
He did
But
a
he
lot of
never-
that.
But he never explained how he did it or
In
what
his sleep. Like he's Loki. He probably killed him in his sleep.
Probably.
That's
Probably.
a Loki move.
And then the boastful Loki, he was full of crap because the alligator Loki picked up. Oh yeah, he just said you're lying.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. But
Alligator Loki for the win again.
I mean,
Yeah.
he bit a Loki's hand off,
Mhm.
and he's still
Yeah.
alive, supposedly.
And
in
he
the bunker,
chugged a
so-
shit ton of wine.
that was a lot of wine for that little
Yeah.
alligator.
Yeah.
A lot of wine for that little guy.
Mhm.
And then back on the TVA world, like the one girl was interrogating the one prison guard that helped
B-15.
Sylvie-
She was interrogating B-15.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Why do I remember that? Who
I
knows?
don't know. That was
I
an
didn't
interesting
remember her serial name. Her
Yeah.
serial number.
I thought that was an interesting conversation in the sense that the guard pretty much knew that Renslayer is full of crap. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, you're not going to beat her because you want it. She needs it. There's a difference.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and plus, I feel like she's more of a warrior. and she knows another warrior, and Sylvie is one.
Yeah.
And this other woman, she's not one. She's
an office person.
Yeah, I know.
She's an accountant.
She's like a conniving accountant. And that's why she told her, she's like, no, she needs it, and she'll go through you to get it.
Well, she just fought a giant cloud of death. So nothing in an accountant doesn't.
She united
and was able to drag a Loki with her to fight the cloud, because usually they don't.
No,
the rest of the Loki's like, nah, that's all right. I'm good.
No, Renslayer, she's just a puppet with a hand up her ass. That's what she is.
That's it. I mean,
that's accurate. That tracks.
Yeah. But is she a timekeeper, or is she trying to get their powers?
I think she's looking. I don't know. She seems like a power-hungry person.
Yeah.
But also, it seems like she's more just like everything she knows and understands just got taken away from her, and she might just be grasping for some sort of control.
Yeah.
Because right now her whole reality is spiraling.
Oh yeah.
That's where I fell on it.
Yeah.
But it creates like a power void, and she may be trying to grab onto some power.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
That's
know.
a Loki move. What if she's a Loki?
They're all Lokis.
They're all Lokis.
She's definitely a variant. I really think, like I said, that when we're not talking about, like, nobody's talking about her backstory. Then again, she probably wasn't like wherever she was anyway.
Every person ever is a variant. You have free will. Timekeepers are full of shit. Fuck the free world.
Well, I mean, it's confirmed that her character is Kane's girlfriend in the comics, so she couldn't be a Loki. No. But she's just a variant of herself, like whatever that means. But
Loki's get around, bro.
I mean, Lokis do get around.
Gymnasts.
That's my super cat. I'm a Loki.
I know we're all Loki.
Mm-hmm.
In one way,
variants of Loki.
But no, I like the final embrace, like when they're like before they start to like do their mission. With Mobius, like got how like Loki was supposed to go with Mobius, and Loki's like, no, I'm staying with you. And they're all saying their goodbyes, and then he's like, and he doesn't just like handshake Mobius, he gives him a hug. I thought that was really cool.
Oh, that was so sweet.
I think the two of them definitely are good friends, and Mobius really cared for Loki. But I just love the thing. I like you better. Right when the male Loki is hugging him, he tells Sylvie, "I like you. You're my favorite."
Yeah,
I know.
I love that part.
That was funny.
Well, it tracks too. I mean, she was running for her life. Our Loki's kind of a conniving piece of shit.
And he betrayed Mobius like how many times? Like,
every time.
Every episode, at least twice.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting Mobius to get some revenge on Renslayer at least. I hope so.
Oh no, he is. That's why he's going back. He's getting revenge on her.
Well, he said I'm going to burn it down. So obviously he's ready to burn it to the ground in a sense. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing that. And then I thought, like I said, I thought that ending sequence was really cool about seeing Loki being Loki can be an enchantress as well.
Mm-hmm.
So Loki didn't know he could enchant. I thought that I was a little confused by that because I'm like,
I don't think he did because I think he's mainly he's more powerful than he thinks. I think it's more just in the mental stuff because he's been doing a lot of stuff with the staff.
He's been crushing himself.
Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff with magic and mischief. I mean, he can pull out like randomly get a blanket out of nowhere. But yeah, I mean, like I'm interested to see what other type of powers he has that he can do. But yeah, that final confrontation should be interesting. But I think Sylvie's gonna backstab him.
I mean, they can't have children together. It would be a monster.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it just be a variant of a bunch of variants?
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, incest is really bad. Incest with yourself. Any diseases you have, like it's
Yeah, I don't know how that would work.
Yeah.
And we're getting into genetics at that point.
Godly genetics.
Genetic sequencing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, the chat just says it would just be a paradox.
Yeah.
I mean, that
look
might-
at Time Lord. Yeah.
I know.
Good call.
Yeah, I think, yeah. At that point, it would
Yeah.
just be a bad situation. I mean, that might be why there was that spike during that apocalypse. Because, you know, technically you're not supposed to fall in love with yourself.
Yep.
Yeah, but Loki is a narcissist, so
Yeah.
he's
King
gonna
of
break that
narcissism.
rule.
But
Yeah.
That's what I got. Do you guys have anything else you want to say before the end of the episode? Because I don't know if John's getting back. Or
I
not.
don't know. I feel like we've kind of just been stalling for John to get back. And
Pretty much.
at this point, we stall much longer. It's going to be obvious.
Oh,
We gotta
goodness.
the TVA will come in and like completely wipe out the whole thing.
Yeah, we don't need to get pruned. I don't think I could make it there. I'm an artist. I can't make it.
Nah, I couldn't make it in the Universal junkyard. I was like, oh, it looks filthy.
The doctor is so
That is correct.
That's how you get Doctor Who.
But which doctor? That's the question.
I'm
I'm gonna say Matt Smith.
I have to go with Matt Smith. That would work.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that would work. Yep. That was a quick answer.
Wow, yeah, right. That was real quick.
You guys have any predictions? What you're hoping to see in the final episode of the season, or it's just all over the place?
It's all over the place. I feel like I've confirmed, like we've solidified that there's a good chance it could be Kane the Conqueror. But Marvel has done a great job of going against the grain. Yeah. So, you know, at this point, it's just like, whatever. I go with it at this point with Marvel stuff. I've tried to predict since phase 1, and I haven't always been right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna predict this, but I think it would be kind of cool if in the finale somehow Thor comes in.
It would be cool if there's at least like something.
Yeah.
But remember, this is a variant Loki, so it wouldn't be our Thor if this Thor showed up.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't care what Thor is.
No, we
Yeah.
I
don't.
mean, we did have a Thor. We had Thor, Frog of Thunder.
Right.
No, we don't want the frogs. We want Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Or
I don't want his girlfriend. I
Um,
don't want that
I
girlfriend
think-
in Thor either.
it'd be weird because I think they confirmed Loki's not in the new Thor movie, so it'd be kind of weird.
Marvel has lied.
Oh
They
yeah,
have
Yeah,
lied.
they do.
yeah.
They lie a lot.
Oh yeah. That's why they give Tom Holland fake scripts because he says no. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are not in this movie. Wink.
Mhm.
Which I'm pretty sure they're in the new Spider-Man movie.
They are.
They are.
They
It's been
are.
confirmed, but it's only like a couple minutes each. It's not like we're getting major ones. We're getting Jamie Foxx back as Electro. We're getting Doc Ock back. Like, it's a giant mess.
I mean, I'm surprised Hollywood's giving Tobey Maguire another shot.
Well, he's had some issues.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
What
they're
happened to
giving
Tobey
Andrew
Maguire?
Garfield. I'm surprised they're giving Andrew Garfield another shot as Spider-Man, considering he talked crap about it, and that's why they rebooted it.
He was awful. He
Yeah.
was. Yeah, that was rough.
I love all Spider-Man equally.
Not him. I don't love him at all.
I mean, I didn't think it was those two were that great. I mean, I thought the second one was like the worst of them. They misused characters 100%. Like poor Paul Giamatti.
It wasn't worse than Spider-Man 3. That movie was bad.
Which one is that? Is that the one where Tobey Maguire had the eyeliner and?
Him dancing. That was
Oh, yeah, that was.
Yeah.
That was.
I mean, who would win in a dance battle? Tobey Maguire or Zemo?
Zemo.
Zemo.
Zemo would.
He's got that evil guy
What we're
swagger.
talking about. Watch Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then one of the episodes, then you understand what we're talking about. Wait, Zemo's dancing? Yeah.
You know, they filmed. There's like an hour of footage from that too.
I know, and the director's released it. He's like, "You guys asked for the director's cut." They're kind of taking a shot at DC. Hey, we give the people what they want. Here's the director's cut of him dancing for an hour.
The Zack Snyder cut.
All of the footage
Oh my
they got of him
God.
dancing.
I watched all 4 hours of that. And I'm like, really?
That was hysterical.
Oh jeez.
Man,
And I'm like, they were howling for this for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
what type of budget do you have to have 4 hours of unused footage? I love it. I want that money.
Yeah. Well,
I
I
want that
haven't
money.
got anything else. Yeah, I thought it was
I'll take the catering budget.
and looking forward to seeing how this ends.
Absolutely, I can't wait. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
excited for next week's episode of this to talk about the finale.
How
I
does
can't wait. Yeah, I
What was
can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, you know, but yeah, I loved it. I enjoyed talking about it with you guys. It sucks
Yeah.
John couldn't really be here. He was here for the introduction and then fell off.
Yeah,
Poor
we had a
guy.
lot of- and we had a lot of tech issues where we really weren't
Yeah.
on live.
Probably
We were
about
live,
separately.
we weren't video thing, but that's all worked out. But thanks
Yeah.
everybody for joining us today. Clint, where can they find everybody? Where can everybody find you at?
So I'm not going to give out personal stuff,
Well,
but
not
you
that-
can
I didn't mean
find
that.
you can
His
find my
social security number is
Yeah, your
okay.
address.
So my address is
Yeah.
what's
No,
funny
I'm not.
is-
I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
So first off, what you do is you get off the interstate at exit 93.
Uh-huh.
But no.
Wow.
So Instagram R letter N R Productions 93. That's again Instagram R letter N R Productions 93. Facebook R and R Film Productions. Follow me at both of those. I'm not the most active on the Facebook page. I'm fixing that this week. Kind of had a little hiatus for a couple months. And that's pretty much it. I do have a stream coming up, but I'm not gonna, advertise my own stream on another stream. I find that a little tasteless.
Really?
But yeah. Nah, it's
Why
just a
is
joke.
that?
because
Nah.
he goes into marketing.
I didn't take a marketing class. Actually, I'll find if you come back to me, I'll find that.
I know.
Let me see. The stream you can find in. Come back to me.
All right, Vic, where can everybody find you at on the social media sites, not where you actually live? I don't. I didn't mean to say that.
Oh Lord, I know. I'll come over to Nick's house.
Yeah, come on by. It's raining currently. But you can find me at Instagram, NC Kafkas. Facebook too, just under my name, Nick Kafkas. And if you want to see any of my work, look up the Bright Cap Entertainment YouTube channel. Got a few short films on there.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't have anything because I just like to hang out with y'all. So
That's all good.
I have no.
No ulterior motives.
I know.
Okay, so
Sorry, y'all. I don't.
so,
I'm not as big time as these three over here.
So everybody, if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. John and I will be back tomorrow at 5. Let me get the actual the showing because we'll be back. John and I are back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern my time, 6 o'clock his time. We're continuing our Rambo series.
which one are you doing next?
We're doing Rambo 3. Rambo 3. And we'll be John and I are going to be joined by a Schmodown competitor, JTE. He's going to be he'll be dropping on by to join us for our review of Rambo 3. Let me get the exact times for that. Sorry.
And Charlie is getting our Hallmark movie review ready.
Sorry, I'm not going to commit to that one. Sorry, Daisy. I think it's 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Eastern my time. I'm sorry. 4 p.m. Central time. And 5 p.m. John's time. I forgot where that is. Sorry, John. But yeah, we'll be doing Rainbow 3. And then you can follow us on Facebook at movie lovers / TV lovers unite on that. We or Facebook channel, or we actually have a website called movie lovers / TV lovers unite.com. So, sorry, John, I'm missing all of this.
I know he got like 20,000 platforms. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Some of them I never heard of.
We're on this. We're like sometimes we do stuff on the Stereo app.
Yeah, see,
we do
I don't
that
have
stuff
enough brain
periodically.
space for all that.
Yeah. And then, yeah. Think, John, is that everything now? I know you're commenting. Is that everything else? All right, great. Sorry if I missed anything, but John and I will be back tomorrow. So thanks everybody for joining us. And
I just found my Twitch thing.
Yeah.
So if you feel like that and you're a big nerd, me and my friends get together every Sunday at 4 p.m. CST to play D&D. It's called Misadventures in D&D. We have a Twitch channel by that name. Just go follow it every Sunday at 4 p.m. CST if you're feeling that bored and you want to watch some idiots play D&D.
Hey. Well, me and Charlie, Christmas in July, Hallmark Channel. Me and Charlie.
I think that's everything else.
Us on the Hallmark Channel. That's where we'll be at.
Thanks everybody for joining us today, and well, it's been a lot of fun, and can't wait to talk to you guys next week about Loki. So, see you guys.
Bye.
Bye.